Hello, beautiful, beautiful Earth Angels. Welcome back to Daily Dose of Love. Where we're going to be pulling you a card of synchronistic confirmation, affirmation for you today in this beautiful lucid dream you find yourself in, picking the cracks, cracking at the seams. We are wakening up. We are wakening up. We are wakening up, and you are creating a lucid dream, beautiful reality. By this massive revelation, your thoughts create your reality, your beliefs create your reality. You perceive based on your state of consciousness, you perceive based on your programmings in your mind, and you guys have been hacking your reality, shifting your belief systems in order to encode your own reality, for it to work and operate in higher paradigms where you can effortlessly manifest, effortlessly speak into existence, effortlessly align with your higher self urges and desires. So let's get a card as a reflection for you today. Ooh, this says, I let go of limiting thoughts that are holding me back. Exactly. And the first thing that popped into my mind when I read that, I'm letting go of limiting thoughts that hold me back. The reality you're operating in now, you guys, is of a different paradigm. It's not attached to logic. We're understanding that from a quantum level, a vibrational level, this earth, this realm, this world we live in is not quite what it seems from the surface. In fact, our belief systems create everything. And that's why this says, I let go of limiting thoughts that are holding me back. This is like, oh, go to do something. And then you think, oh, I'm just not sure because maybe I'm not good enough. Or, oh, I'm just, I'm a bit worried about that or this. And then you're like backtracking and being like, hold on. These limiting thoughts that come up in my mind, my subconscious, these are under my permission to either accept or decline. Nothing about me is set in stone. Nothing about me is true nor false. It is all what I believe. Placebo is very powerful, you guys. And with card number 16, this being card number 16, I do feel this tower energy, but the tower energy, more focusing on it on an internal level. This is like you are rebuilding from the ground up your programmings, your belief systems. You are capable of doing anything. You are limitless. So you're tapping into limitless consciousness by letting go of limiting thoughts. And the limiting thoughts is, well, actually, why not? Anything's possible. Oh, it's probably not likely I'll hear back from this place or get the news I want. But then again, why not? Because this is my lucid dream and literally anything's possible. We're not bound to logic. We're not bound to the 3D and waiting for it on the outside. Of course, this is not about everything going to highest, most optimal outcome, because good and bad are subjective, but everything's happening for your highest good of all. This doesn't mean, oh, if my thoughts create reality, I'll just think everything to be amazing, because like, what is it, Alan Watts says, we don't know the consequence of good and bad. So it's not about us creating everything from an ego level to be our depiction of success, fulfillment. It's about allowing the soul's journey to unfold, which you have been, and you've been allowing your soul's journey to unfold, seeing everything is happening for you in higher divine orchestration, allowing you to take a step back, to relax, to let go, to allow higher orchestration to orchestrate around you, to divine around you, to align around you. And all you have to do is be in your mind space and allow this flow of energy. So this is why it says there is work involved with the co-creation of your path, but the work is really surrendering. It's letting go. It's not becoming, it's unbecoming. It's not being, it's letting go of being, right? It's not I am anything, it's I am everything and I can be anything. So your thoughts, you have been letting go of certain limiting beliefs recently. With this Tower card, this is actually a massive paradigm shift. This isn't actually just a little thing. This is like you're actually really been shifting your mindset towards things, which is building your confidence. enabling you to maybe make more bigger life changes, step out your comfort zone, or to make some big life shifts or changes. This can be change in environment. This can be leaps of faith. This can be doing something that we had to dissolve doubts or worries or limitations in order to pursue or do. You could be doing this right now, but it's also something you've done time and time again. You've dissolved limiting beliefs up to culmination points to take leaps of faith, to take action on your dreams, to do and be and to seek that limitless nature of your own. And this happens around the time of awakening, because around the time of awakening is when we're really clearing out, we're really remembering who we are, and that's in assistance with our spirit guide team. And as we remember who we are through these awakenings of heightened consciousness, it allows us to actually make certain decisions or choices at one point we would have felt too limited to do. So you're actually stepping into new environments, new things, because your mind's expanding. And this is something very, 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 very powerful. So I let go of limiting thoughts that are holding me back. I kind of want to read the description of this card from the guidebook as well. It says, when we dive deeply into our thoughts, consciousness, and subconscious, we discover which empower us and which hold us back. We can sense disempowerment or empowerment by consciously observing and being with thought and seeing how these illusions cause us to suffer. You guys are an observer to your mind, and you see the impact of all types of thoughts. It's been helping you to navigate, to choose, to have some sort of conscious decision over how you reprogram or where you shift your focus to, or what you want to feed your awareness or energy into. So do you feel you're being held back by thoughts infused with self-limiting concepts and fear-based programming? I'm also getting like someone's about to do something really major that might even shock yourself. It's going to shock yourself or shock those around you. And this is a weird timeline tapping into it, because this could have been something you've recently done this year, or that you're doing soon moving forward. And again, it's like if you did this year, it's going to you've shocked yourself. And you shocked people around you. And if this is something coming, this is what's happening, because there's something that's like felt like you were being held back from pursuing or doing something because you were still reviewing, thinking, contemplating. But maybe that reviewing, thinking, and contemplating was actually holding back because there was still limiting beliefs or worries or concerns that were being worked through and dissolved. But when you dissolve these, you just did this thing, like you took this leap of faith, you left a space, or you started something, or you put yourself out there, you started a platform, you did something that people didn't expect of you, and you did something that maybe you didn't expect of yourself, because that's why there had to be belief systems worked through, because this was something very different or something from a higher self level calling, which allowed you to step into your authenticity. But also authenticity is just aligning with our emotional truth. So if we're at a workplace, we start enjoying it, we're in a relationship, we're enjoying it, slowly through time, we might start emotionally feeling different, but we still show up, and that's not aligned with our authentic emotion. So then we have these shifts where all of our outside tends to shift and change with how we've been feeling on the inside. And this is what I feel for you. You felt things inside of you culminating for a while, and it's like you're finally starting or leaving or putting yourself out there in a particular way that's really authentic or a reflection of your emotional truth. Now, this is also something that's a part of your higher timeline path, and that's why there was like energy to work through or dissolve within this, because don't you find that on the path to our higher selves or our dreams, we heal so much? And it's only because our desires, our love, our interests, and our passions this life ultimately can come with the opposite, the biggest fears or our biggest fears, or we don't choose our loves, passions, or interests, but maybe it's something that would cause maybe a lot of conflict within people's minds, or it's very different, or it involves standing out or something. And it's like you guys have done this, or you're on the path to doing this, or you continue to do this, and this is really, really beautiful. So maybe you have heard once or more times that you can't or shouldn't or won't do something that your purest heart wanted, and truly believe that you would and could. This card is telling you to reclaim your power. Don't let your chattering mind, filled with doubts and false sense of separation, hold you back, and instead step into your fullest power. The thing is, you guys, is like being a multidimensional being. If you're finding this reading, you experience a lot of swirling mind, chatter, thoughts, and they're not all just from self, they're from different aspects of self. And there will be lower aspects of self in the ego that want to protect us, that are putting in thoughts within our mind. Every time we think of an idea or something that excites us or is a bit different, our ego will put thoughts in the mind that is like chatter that kind of convinces us out of things. It puts doubt in there because it's precautionary and it's moving with caution, and it's saying, are you really sure about this? Because think about all the bad potentials. We want to make sure you're safe. And the thing is, this is what the ego does. It's like a controlling parent sometimes. It's there to protect us, and it does a beautiful job. But sometimes we are, with our higher awareness, seeing through this, seeing and choosing that actually, even if this does happen that my ego is protecting me from, I'm choosing that that's not important. That's not my priority. Even though if I do this, I might get judged or people might say something, my ego's right, you know. It's not that the ego's always wrong, the ego's right. People may say something, people might judge me, you know, the ego is true in that way. But do we want to suppress ourselves for that? We're saying to the ego and politely declining, we're saying, thank you, ego. I'm aware of you bringing this to the forefront of the uncomfortability I might experience stepping into my higher path or my emotional truth or making the choices or decisions that ultimately feel scary. But thank you for bringing it to light. But it's not something that I want to prioritize, because I'm understanding that all of these outcomes are outweighed by me being free. All of these outcomes of what ifs are outweighed of me feeling authentic, me feeling free, me living my passion, me living my dreams, my desires, because no one else is living my life but me. That's what you're thinking, that's what you're doing. So it says, now is the time to release and transform these thoughts to empower and energize your true essence. So this is a letting go ritual. Repeat this ritual whenever you feel like the thoughts are coming up and becoming patterns. Seated in a comfortable position, take a few deep breaths to connect within. Ask yourself which thoughts are bothering you and whether you're ready to release them. Write down your thoughts. They can differ in their nature, size, and frequency. And when those thoughts want to come out at this moment, have appeared on the piece of paper, take a few deep breaths, and with every exhalation, see them leaving you. Take the paper and burn it somewhere safely. Hold the intention to let the fire transform the thoughts, then take a long exhalation and feel the lightness. You guys are also finding this because you do rituals. You could have burned affirmations recently. You could write down manifestations or rituals. You could do self-love affirmations. There's something about rituals you guys do to help your self-love. And I want to say that this is actually creating new opportunity for you in your physical reality. It's expanding because you're shifting your belief systems. The more love you pour into yourself, the more affirmation you're doing, the more you're choosing to fuel and feed and pour into that space of limitlessness, the more that you are actually expanding in your physical reality too, not just your inner, because they're both a reflection of each other. And that's just really interesting. So it's like, yeah, thinking of a reoccurring thought that may be playing on the mind recently. Maybe you have a hobby, maybe you do a craft, maybe there's something that you do. Maybe it's going to a workplace, maybe it's waking up every day when you're getting ready, getting dressed. How do you feel? And is there a reoccurring thought you say to yourself? And can we replace that? Because you're beautiful, you are limitless, and you are amazing. And I'm going to pull you one card from the Frog Oracle to end the reading off. Message for you guys. We have, my fears do not control me. That's so synchronistic for today's reading. Your fears do not control you. Even if you get doubtful thoughts and they feel so realistic, even if you get voices in your head telling you certain things, oh, you don't look good, you're this, you're that, you know, you're not good enough, or look at this person, look at you. Even though you experience them, they don't control you, and you don't always believe them either. You see them, you experience them, you observe them, you see them, but you know what they are, and you respond to them with love, and you respond to them with limitless, you respond to them with encouragement. Actually, I'm so sorry that you feel that way, because belittling thoughts as well, they're just voices carried over from past conditionings, paradigms, people who have tricked you or made you feel certain ways, and we're meeting them with love. So when we say certain things to ourselves. Oh, you know, you're not strong enough, or, you know, people are going to think this, or you should worry about this. We're thinking, I'm really offering you empathy that voice is coming in my mind. I'm so sorry that you have to feel that way in order to protect yourself. I want you to know that you're safe. I want you to know in a voice, these fears, that you're safe, and I'm allowed to experience you, but you do not control me. And in that way of you not controlling me means you don't temper my actions. So if I get an idea to do something and then these doubts come in, I can still experience them. Don't let them temper my actions. Don't let them move the decision of my actions, right? And this is bringing through that fearlessness quote. And it's like, courage is not doing something without fear, or fearlessness is not doing something without these doubts or thoughts that, you know, belittle you in your mind or pick apart the thing that you're doing. That's not fearlessness. It's experiencing that, but knowing they're not true. They're not true, because they can feel believable, you guys, but they're not. They're not true at all. And it's doing it regardless, doing it in the face of those. And every time you make a decision to do something, regardless of what these voices say, you'll notice they get smaller and smaller and smaller. If you have a platform and you make a post and you're like, I want to post this, but then you doubt, you put it off, you don't do it. This is like, do it anyway. Just start doing it anyway. Throw your phone across the room. Start doing it anyway. Or this is maybe something you've been doing. You've been working against these fears because you've realized, you know, these aren't true. They are voices in the head. They're not true. They're subjective. They're there to help protect us, but they're not true. And you have a lightness to share in the world. You have creations. You have passion. You have a song your soul wishes to share. Everyone does. And this will not be tempered by the fear matrices within the mind. This will not be tempered by the unlove that we carry with us, sadly, as empathic, sensitive souls here. You know, there is harshness in the world, and we can experience that inside the mind too, because we're conditioned by the world. But it doesn't mean our world needs to be dictated by that fear. So that is the energy I'm channeling from you guys. Seriously. Look, I'm going to be nicer to myself. When you look in the mirror, when you're looking at your art or your creations or things you want to wear or do, these little voices coming in of other people, shove them out. We're nice to ourselves because we're surrounded. This is the thing. I surround myself with people who really see me. When we're surrounded by ourselves, by people who really see us, we don't get so many doubts. Like when we have connections that say in the past were narcissistic or belittling or not very nice, we actually carry them with us inside our head. They'll speak to us. You know, we're getting ready in the morning, we put something on, they make a comment about how we're dressed. It's not us. It can be carried perceptions of people that we hold with us in our mind. But the more time's moved on, you've set your boundaries, disconnected from this unlove, you surrounded yourself with soul tribe, loving connections who really actually see you, the more that you're having their voice come in your head, the more you're having them speak to you. This is so interesting. You guys are telepathic. This is the thing with the mental health for you as well, with spiritually open souls. You will hear people speaking in your mind to you, making comments, commentary, laughing, joking. I have higher soul tribe friends who live in other places, but going through my day-to-day, I have conversations with them and I'll be doing something and they might say something about the thing I'm doing, but it's always funny, it's always lighthearted, or it's always encouraging or supportive, because that's the type of people they are. You know, we feel people's higher selves who we're connected to, and they do connect with us in the mind. And that's why it's important to surround ourselves with people who really see us and love us, because they're more of the mental mind voices that are going to be swirling round. You know, the more we're surrounded by people who maybe are not very nice, like say we're in school or in a work environment where there's people who are very judgmental or not very nice, we're going to have those thoughts of their judgments lingering in our minds. Because again, telepathic, we're tuned into people's higher self energies, and everyone in the mind is astrally and quantumly connected. So you've been dissolving the unlove from the voices being carried from past people in your mind or society or people along the way. It doesn't even have to be significant. It can be a teacher from school or any energy that you met that was not very nice. And sometimes we don't realize how long we can carry these stay connected to these frequencies of people. Yeah, like I'm allowed to rest without guilt. Like if you have a parent that's always calling you lazy, this or that, and maybe you're away from them, maybe you've lived on your own for years, but maybe when you go to sit down, you have this voice like, oh, you should do something, or you've rested too much, you're being lazy. It's not actually you, it's the conditioning, right, from these past programmings growing up, having that said to you all the time. And this is what you guys are dissolving, is the unlove. Is the unlove, and you're replacing that with so much unconditional love for yourself. And that's so powerful, because like I say, this isn't just inner work, it changes your whole reality, changes what you attract, what you receive, what you're manifesting, what you're achieving, what you're reaching for, the environment you're in, the experiences you're having. Because if you believe you deserve the best, you're going to accept that in your outer reality, or attract that in your outer reality. So you guys, I love you so much. Listen to these froggy voices when they come in your mind. You trust yourself. Look, trust myself to take the leap of faith, even though it's scary, because you can get back up. You're stronger than you know. Your body works so hard for you. You are amazing. You're doing your best. You're persevering all the time, and you don't need to impress anyone. You're living life for you. So you know what I mean. So I love you guys so much. This has been your reading, and I will soon speak to you all in the next daily dose of love, beautiful souls. Mwah.